Okay, I'll try to be very silent because there's a muskrat. I will try to get a bit closer. Oop. Hey, Tim is there. Cool. So,
Here. Aha.
yay, he's there.
There.
Hello, guy.
Hello, guy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think guys in the chat can hear you too.
Brilliant. Nice.
Okay.
I've never done this before, so I'm glad to see that it works.
Yeah, well, I learned that it was possible like 2 weeks ago.
Nice. It's a bit cloudy
Yeah.
over here in the Netherlands, but it's really warm. It's
Okay.
beautiful to be outside nonetheless. So
Okay.
it's actually quite nice that the sun is gone a little bit, because otherwise it would actually be close to unbearable, like uncomfortably warm in here.
Okay.
It's quite nice over there too.
Okay, so I have some questions for you. And
Yes.
if people want to ask questions in the chat, they can do so.
Nice.
Hi, everyone.
All right.
People are coming. That's great.
Very good.
So shall we start?
Yeah, man. Let's start.
Yeah, cool. So, well, the first question is kind of obvious, but how are you? How do you cope with the situation?
Well, I'm all right. I'm healthy, and it's all good in that regard. But I was gonna go on tour and not anymore. So I feel like I could complain about that forever. But I choose not to.
Yeah.
Because what is the point? I'm still alive, and I still have bandmates, and we're up to all sorts of crazy stuff, even though we're stuck at home. And I feel like creative juices are flowing, even in the current situation, so that's good.
Yes.
And I could sit and cry that, like, I don't know, it's like between 40 or 50 shows, 50 gigs, for me that have already gone down the drain. And I could cry about that, but, there is no point. We're just gonna continue on and make stuff, and yeah, you're gonna have to do other things,
Yeah.
So
I see. And how's the situation in the Netherlands? Like, there's a complete lockdown too, or?
it's the government sort of calls it an intelligent lockdown, whatever that means. Stay home, travel as little as possible, take a walk only if you have to, stuff like that. And it's still going on. Who knows when it'll end? It pretty much changes the rules, and the prospects pretty much change every other week. I sort of stopped hoping for long-term plans or whatever.
Okay, yeah, I see.
It is what it is.
Yeah, that's a bit sad, but we need to do what it takes to try to stop the epidemic.
Yeah, you do what you can.
Yeah. You were talking about the tour. Do you already have some plans or ideas to kind of postpone it and resume it later, or?
Well, there have been some festivals and some organizers that have already asked us, like, okay, this year's edition is obviously not going to happen. Will you be able to join us in 2021?
Okay.
So a few of those have come in, and of course we said yes. But I still sort of keep in the back of my mind that big festivals, it may even take a little longer than a year before they all come back.
Yeah.
So I always sort of have this possibility in the back of my mind, like in 2021, we still will not be able to tour.
Yeah.
because nobody knows, and that's that's the shitty part about this whole thing. Nobody knows what exactly is going to happen. So we have some plans and some options to go on tour again in 2021, but I can't really say for sure that that's going to happen because nobody can really say for sure what is going to happen in this world, you know?
Yeah, true. Okay, so plans for 2021 and hoping that it may be possible.
Hoping that it will be possible again next year.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
do hope so.
Yeah. I saw that some weeks ago you made kind of a remote live on Castlefest TV. And
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And you made another video just yesterday, on yesterday's edition.
Yes.
Another song. Are there some other things, upcoming things like that? Any plans for kind of online festivals or something?
Well, the video that we dropped yesterday was a collaboration with this other band called The Flask. And so this video was those guys joining us for one of our songs. And there is another video coming. Spoiler alert.
Okay.
There is another video coming with us and The Flask. That's I don't know if I'm allowed to say anything else about that, but that's coming. And other than that, probably there are some. There will probably be more of that, but there are no concrete ideas. No, nothing just yet.
Okay.
But ideas always come up pretty quickly, and then suddenly you have a thing, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
So, and another thing that that we're gonna do with Pyrolysis, maybe you've seen it, is it's like our tour poster, but then filled with question marks.
Yeah.
Basically what we decided to do was, instead of, all of our shows, because all of our shows are cancelled, we're going to release something on the internet, on every date where we would have a show.
Okay.
Like the first thing we've already released, which was a song that, a few of us did with the Warend Volk collective, which was like a new single. And so for every date of, for every tour date that we were going to have, we're going to release something into the world, and it could be anything. And I won't spoil, any of the surprises, but we are going to release things. That's all I can say about it.
Well, that's a great idea, and it sounds really interesting. There was something that kind of popped out a few weeks ago that could be really interesting for musicians. This is the Folk Musician Crisis Collective.
Yep.
Can you tell us a bit more about the idea behind this collective?
So, that Folk Musicians Crisis Collective is like this secret group on Facebook, filled with folk musicians. I'm actually one of the admins for the group, and I'm also one of the people who helped sort of set it up. And basically it's just a big melting pot for all sorts of folk musicians to get ideas on what to do with our time now that we can't tour. And there are some lovely collaborations coming from this group already. Like everybody is sort of recording stuff at home and sending it to each other and writing material, and there's all sorts of stuff coming out of that otherwise would have never existed, which I think is quite nice.
And what are the next plans for this group? Are there some things that you can tell us about, or only secret projects?
At this point, it's mostly unreleased, and I think still secret. But there's a lot of stuff brewing in there, and I guess the world will see it when everything is ready.
Okay.
And it's just a lovely thing to see people coming together online and creating things. it's really awesome to see.
Yes, that's true. Many cool projects and many interactions between musicians and many new friendships. That's really cool.
Yeah, people that I'm sort of suddenly talking to people that I don't think that I wouldn't talk to otherwise. Like I would have never talked to some of those people in the group, but everybody is sort of in the same boat, and you sort of share this this common sense of destiny or whatever. and then when you have that in common, it's much easier to sort of talk to each other.
One important question, I think, what are currently and in general the best ways to support both Pyrolysis and Imbue? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Imbue?
It's Imbue. It's
Imbue.
just an English word. Imbue.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
So,
yeah. Oh man, Pyrolysis and Imbue, they are not easy band names. We are very aware of that, but yeah, we sort of got attached to them really, really quickly. So, the best ways to support us, honestly, is just listen to our music. We're on Spotify, we're on all those streaming platforms, we have all videos on YouTube. Just listen to it, watch the videos, just check it out. That's all we want, initially. We don't really have web shops for merchandise or anything, which is, we still sort of need to set that up. But if you do, really want to support us financially, there's Bandcamp. You can get our music on Bandcamp. And, so if you really want to do that, then that's there. But other than that, the best thing that you can do, honestly, is just play our music and dance in your living room and, enjoy.
Okay.
That's all we want.
Talking about band names, there's Stan that says that
Stan
it's clearly, it's clearly Imbue, and it was like that before you joined.
Oh, it's Afe asking that question. All right. Oh, cheers, guys.
Twigs and Twine. Okay.
Yeah, that's Afe from Twigs and Twine. She's lovely. Hi, Afe. Yeah, Twigs and Twine is a really easy to pronounce band name. It's really fun when you have sort of a strange band name, because everywhere you go, you get different pronunciations. Like there are a lot of different Dutch dialects, and everywhere you go in the country, you get a different pronunciation.
Yeah.
And at some point, we thought we had heard them all, and then we went to Germany for the first time, and there was like this whole other world of pyrolysis pronunciation. In Germany, they pronounce the Y, they pronounce it as U.
Yeah.
So suddenly we were called Pyrolysis.
Okay.
which was really cool. And then we also went to the UK once. We were going to go to the UK again this year, but
Yeah.
And in the UK they seem to get it right most of the time, which is cool.
Yeah. Okay.
And we also have plans to go to Italy, hopefully as soon as possible. So I'm very curious to see all the different pronunciations in Italian of our band.
Okay. I can't even read what Stan is proposing as a new spelling. One last.
Hi Stan, thanks for hanging out.
One last question, maybe. Do you think that may be a tricky one, and I'm already sorry, but do you think that the epidemic and the whole epidemic stuff is going to have a major impact on the folk music industry, on festivals, organizations, on organizers, on everything like that? Do you think it's going to be more difficult in the future to have such festivals like that? Like I don't know, maybe.
Absolutely, I see it happen already. I see some companies and some organizers have already, gone down. They've already not survived this whole situation. And like I said, nobody knows how long this is going to take.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of organizers and companies and stuff are not going to be able to survive, which is, shitty, but it's,
Yeah.
I think it's bound to happen. But on the other hand, if something gets damaged or if something, falls, then and you want it to exist again, then you're going to have to build it from the ground up again. And,
Yeah.
I do feel like if I, talk to a lot of my musician friends, a lot of my, all of my friends essentially, everybody's pretty much hungering for festivals, for gigs, for live music. It's just, people need it, people want it. So, I am hopeful, but I'm all that it will come back, but it's probably going to have to be rebuilt and revisioned from the ground up again.
Okay.
That is, I think, how it's gonna go.
And do you think it will be more complicated, like with, some precise rules about social distanciation and, like limited number of people or something?
Well, those may be options, and that's going to be really complicated. And I was just thinking about that when I walked over here.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like any festival without hugs?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, look. What's going to happen here? Look at this shit.
Oh!
It's my boy Laurie.
Yo, man.
Laurie, did you know I was going to be here?
Well, I guessed as soon as I saw you, you would be here.
Yeah, well, we're in a live stream. We're in an interview. It's Laurie, my buddy
Hello.
from Pyrolysis and Imbue. And
Morning, guys.
and do you not want to be on camera? Oh, she's also going to be on camera. This is Robin
Hello.
from Imbue, and they live close by, and they just sort of crashed this interview right now.
Okay.
You have nothing to say, so...
Okay. But that is very cool to see you on live. Okay, and they're just gone. Okay.
No, they're right there. We were on the last question anyway, so I'll just join them when we're ready.
Okay. So
we were. What was your question? Sorry, I got distracted. Where were we?
Yeah, it was like, do you think we're going to have new rules about social distanciation, about limited number of people, and you were saying that it would be unimaginable to have festivals without hugs, without
that's what I was going to say. Can you imagine a festival without hugs? Not me.
No.
It's going to be and when you're with a good pyrolysis concert, for example, we have lots of hugging going on in the crowd. We have mosh pits. We have all that sort of crazy stuff. People dancing the Macarena in unison and all that crazy stuff. And then, being careful in that sort of a tavern brawl that we sort of create. That's just not what we want,
Yeah.
That's just not what we go for. We want people to be able to go crazy and
Yes.
hug each other and have mosh pits and walls of death and all that stuff. So, if it's really going to be the case that that people are not gonna be able to touch each other for a long time, then we are going to seriously have to rethink our show.
Yeah.
So, I'm very curious and a bit anxious about that actually. Because I really want things to sort of go back to normal and be able to dive in the mosh pit again,
Yeah, totally. And I'm sharing that anxious thing because this is something that I really missing so far. And but yeah, I think this is something that nobody wants, at least in the folk scene. Nobody wants some shows where the audience is just a bunch of people with 1.5 meter away from each other.
It's also the end of like Balfolk dancing,
Yeah.
which is also something that happens a lot during our songs.
Yes.
It's gonna be tough. But, like I said, it's very hard to sort of make concrete plans because, the news and the government policies and all that stuff, it changes week by week, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So, I sort of gave up on imagining what it's going to be like, because every week it's going to be different. So I'm just gonna give up on all that, and we'll just see. We'll just see how it goes. And in the meantime, we'll just keep writing, keep playing, and keep the creative juices flowing, even though we're at home. That's all we can do.
Stan is saying that Corona is giving a whole new meaning to Wall of Death. Yeah. That's true, funny, and sad at the same time.
That's harsh, man. That's harsh.
But yeah, so totally. I think we just have to wait and see and cross fingers for things to get back to normal as soon as possible.
Yeah, I can't wait. There's a lot of people that I haven't seen forever because I just, meet them at festivals. And, I can't wait for things to get back to normal again.
Yes, me too.
Look at these guys.
What is... Okay. Okay, so I guess he's not sharing your anxiety.
No, he never is. He never is.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, man. This was fun. And
that was really fun.
I don't know if I would have been walking this long if I hadn't done this. So it's great.
So thank you very much, and say hi to your bandmates for me.
I will.
And hope to see you soon one day. And we'll keep
hope so too.
Cross fingers.
All right, man.
Thank you. Bye.
Cheers, man. Goodbye.